Only 1% wake up like this. Morning secret to total control. Stoicism. There is a small percentage of people in this world who wake up differently, not because they are richer, not because they are more talented, not because life is easier for them. They wake up with control. While most people wake up and immediately surrender their minds to notifications, noise, stress, and comparison, the 1% wake up in silence. They wake up intentionally. They wake up aware. And that difference changes everything. Before the world can touch them. Before anyone makes a demand of them. Before problems begin shouting for attention. They take command of themselves. This is the morning secret. This is how total control begins. The ancient Stoics understood something that most people today have forgotten. Control does not start in the afternoon. It does not start when things go wrong. It does not start when you are already overwhelmed. Control starts the moment your eyes open. When you wake up, you are at your most impressionable state. Your mind is soft, unformed, receptive. The direction you give it in those first moments becomes the direction of your entire day. If you lose that moment, you lose your leverage. Most people reach for their phones within seconds. They allow headlines, messages, other people's opinions, and digital chaos to program their emotions before they even stand up. But the 1% refuse. They understand something powerful. Whoever controls your morning controls your life. And they choose to control their own. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, later known as Meditations, that when you rise in the morning, remind yourself what your duty is as a human being. He did not say check what the world thinks. He did not say scroll until you feel motivated. He said remind yourself. Because discipline begins internally. Imagine waking up tomorrow and instead of reacting, you pause. You lie still for a moment. You breathe slowly. You remind yourself. Today, I control my thoughts. Today, I accept what I cannot control. Today, I act with purpose. This is not motivation. This is training. The Stoic morning is not emotional. It is strategic. It is a quiet preparation for chaos. You see, the 1% expect difficulty. They do not wake up hoping everything will go smoothly. They wake up knowing challenges will come. And because they expect it, they are not shaken by it. When traffic delays them, they are steady. When someone insults them, they are composed. When plans fail, they adjust. Why? Because they already prepared their mind before the world tested it. Most people wake up optimistic but unprepared. So when reality hits them, they collapse emotionally. The Stoic wakes up realistic and prepared. So when reality hits, they remain standing. This is total control. Control does not mean controlling events. That is impossible. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, were clear about this. You cannot control what happens. You can control how you respond. But here is the deeper truth most people miss. You cannot control your response in the moment if you did not prepare your mind beforehand. Morning preparation is emotional armor. Before you speak to anyone, you speak to yourself. Before you answer to the world, you answer to your principles. This is why the 1% guard their mornings fiercely. They do not negotiate with distractions. They do not debate with laziness. They do not snooze responsibility repeatedly. They rise with intention. And yes, it is uncomfortable. Your bed will feel warm. Your mind will suggest 5 more minutes. Your body will resist discipline. But that resistance is the first test of the day. If you lose the first battle against yourself, you start the day defeated. If you win it, even quietly, you build momentum. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion. It is about mastering impulse. When the alarm rings, impulse says stay down. Discipline says rise. Every morning is a vote for the person you are becoming. The 1% understand this deeply. They do not wait for inspiration. They build structure. Their morning is simple but powerful. Silence before noise. Reflection before reaction. Movement before consumption. Gratitude before complaint. Think about this carefully. When you wake up and immediately consume content, you train your brain to seek stimulation. When you wake up and sit in stillness, you train your brain to create stability. Stimulation creates dependency. Stillness creates strength. The Stoics valued stillness because it revealed truth. In silence, You see your fears clearly. You see your responsibilities clearly. You see your weaknesses clearly. And instead of running from them, you prepare to face them. There is a powerful exercise you can practice every morning. Visualize the worst that could happen today, not in a fearful way, but in a strategic way. Imagine someone criticizes you. Imagine a plan fails. Imagine unexpected stress appears. Now imagine yourself responding calmly. This practice, known as negative visualization, builds emotional immunity. When difficulty actually appears, it feels familiar. You've already rehearsed it. The average person hopes for ease. The Stoic trains for difficulty. That is why they remain calm when others panic. Total control is not loud. It is quiet composure. It is measured speech. It is controlled breathing in stressful moments. And it begins before sunrise. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you experienced a truly controlled morning? Not rushed, not reactive, not chaotic, but intentional. If you cannot remember, that is not a failure. It is an opportunity. Because the moment you change your morning, you change your trajectory. The 1% do not possess secret genetics. They possess structured mornings. And here is something important. This is not about waking up at a specific hour. It is about how you wake up. You can wake up at 6 and still be reactive. You can wake up at 8 and still be disciplined. Time matters less than intention. When you open your eyes tomorrow, do not jump up immediately. Do not reach for anything. Instead, breathe deeply. Feel the weight of your body. Recognize that you are alive. Many did not wake up today. You did. That alone demands responsibility. Gratitude is not weakness. It is grounding. When you begin the day grateful, you begin from abundance instead of lack. From that position, decisions become clearer. Emotions become steadier. Focus becomes sharper. And as you continue watching this, understand something powerful. This is not theory. This is practice. You can listen for hours, but change will only come through repetition. The 1% repeat disciplined mornings daily, even when tired, even when unmotivated, even when life feels heavy, especially then, because the hardest mornings build the strongest minds. If this message is already shifting something in you, pause for a moment, take a breath, and commit silently to yourself that tomorrow morning will be different, not extreme, not dramatic, just intentional. And if you are serious about mastering your mind, about building unshakable discipline, about living with total internal control, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now, because here, we don't chase motivation, we build strength. Subscribe and join a community that chooses discipline over distraction. The 1% is not a club you apply for, it is a standard you practice daily. And this is only the beginning. Tomorrow morning is waiting. Will you wake up like the 99%? Or like the 1% who control everything within? Stay with me. We go deeper now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine 2 different mornings. In the first, the alarm explodes into your room. You grab your phone, messages, news, social media, comparison, pressure. You feel slightly behind before your feet even touch the floor. Your mind is scattered. You rush. You react. You survive. In the second morning, the alarm rings and you sit up slowly. No phone, no noise, just breath. You remind yourself of one simple truth. Nothing outside me controls me. That sentence alone can change the architecture of your entire day. The Stoics built their power on a foundation that is simple but brutally demanding. Separate what you control from what you do not. This principle, taught clearly by Epictetus, is the backbone of total control. Your thoughts, yours. Your actions, yours. Your judgments, yours. Other people's opinions, not yours. Unexpected events, not yours. The past, not yours. When you wake up and immediately allow the outside world into your head, you surrender the only territory that was ever fully yours, your mind. The 1% protect that territory every morning like a fortress. They understand that mental sovereignty is fragile in the early hours. That is why they defend it. Instead of scrolling, they reflect. Instead of reacting, they plan. Instead of complaining, they prepare. There is a powerful ritual you can begin tomorrow. Before speaking to anyone, before checking anything, sit upright and ask yourself, what kind of person will I be today? Not what will I achieve, not what will I get, who will I be, calm or reactive, focused or distracted, disciplined or impulsive. Character is chosen daily, and morning is when that choice is strongest. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, faced wars, betrayal, plague, and political chaos, yet his private reflections show something extraordinary. His greatest battle was not external enemies, it was his own mind. He wrote reminders to himself because he knew something we forget. The mind drifts without guidance. If you do not command it, it obeys fear. If you do not focus it, it chases distraction. If you do not strengthen it, it becomes fragile. Total control is not about intensity, it is about consistency. The 1% do small disciplined actions every morning that compound over years. A few minutes of silence, a few minutes of reflection, a few minutes of movement. These small acts send a powerful message to your brain. I am in charge. Your nervous system listens. Your habits adjust. Your identity shifts. Most people try to change their lives through massive effort once in a while. The Stoic changes life through steady control every single day. There is another layer to the morning secret that most people never consider: expectation. When you wake up expecting ease, the smallest inconvenience feels like an attack. When you wake up expecting challenge, difficulty feels like training. This shift alone eliminates so much unnecessary suffering. Before you rise fully from your bed, say quietly, "Today I will meet difficult people. Today I will face delays. Today something will not go as planned." And then add, "And I will remain steady." This is not pessimism. This is preparation. The Stoics called this mental rehearsal. You are not attracting negativity. You are strengthening resilience. When the difficult coworker speaks harshly, you are not surprised. When traffic slows you down, you are not outraged. When unexpected bills appear, you are not shattered. You anticipated resistance. And what you anticipate, you endure with greater control. Now understand something critical. The goal is not to eliminate emotion. It is to prevent emotion from ruling you. Anger will arise. Frustration will arise. Disappointment will arise. But control means you create space between stimulus and response. And that space is built in the morning. If your morning is chaotic, your reactions will be chaotic. If your morning is grounded, your reactions will be measured. Control is momentum, and momentum starts early. There is also a physical component to this. Your body influences your mind. When you rise and immediately slump, scroll, and remain passive, your body communicates weakness to your brain. When you rise, stand tall, breathe deeply, and move with intention, your body communicates authority. Authority over self. Even simple movement, stretching, push-ups, a short walk, reinforces the message that you are active, not reactive. The 1% understand embodiment. They do not just think discipline. They practice it physically. Strength in posture, strength in breath, strength in action. This alignment between body and mind creates internal order, and internal order creates external effectiveness. Now let us confront something uncomfortable. Most people say they want control, but they do not want discomfort. Control requires discomfort. Waking up earlier than comfort prefers. Sitting in silence when distraction is easier. Facing responsibilities instead of postponing them. The morning exposes your true level of discipline. There is no audience, no applause, no validation. Just you and your choices. And that is why it is powerful. Because integrity is built when no one is watching. If you master your private mornings, your public life transforms. Confidence increases. Decision-making sharpens. Emotional stability strengthens. People begin to notice something different about you. Not loud confidence, not arrogance, but calm certainty. And calm certainty is rare. That is why it stands out. Let me speak directly to you. If you feel behind in life, if you feel distracted constantly, if you feel like circumstances control your mood, the solution is not dramatic reinvention. It is disciplined mornings. Do not attempt to redesign your entire life tonight. Just commit to controlling your first 30 minutes tomorrow. That is it. 30 minutes of intention. No phone. No external input. Just alignment. Sit. Breathe. Reflect. Move. Plan. Then step into the world prepared. Repeat that daily and watch what happens in 90 days. Your thoughts become clearer. Your reactions become slower and more deliberate. Your productivity increases because your focus is not fractured. Your stress decreases because you stop fighting what you cannot control. This is how the 1% are built, not born, built. And if you are still here listening, that already says something about you. You are not satisfied with average. You are searching for structure. You are ready for elevation. So make a decision right now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Tomorrow morning will be different. And if you are serious about transforming your mornings into a weapon of discipline and clarity, subscribe to this channel. Because this is where we train the mind. This is where we build stoic resilience. This is where we separate ourselves from the 99% who drift through life reacting to everything. Subscribe and commit to growth. You are not here by accident. You are here because something in you wants control. And control is earned daily. We are only halfway into understanding the depth of this morning secret. Next, we will explore how to eliminate mental weakness before the day even begins, how to neutralize anxiety at sunrise, and how to create an internal standard so strong that external chaos loses its power over you. Stay with me. The transformation continues.